Here are some of the most important stepping stones of the organization. Obviously, the creation of the scientific committee. Then, organizing international conferences. Our first conference was Divorce in Children, How to Intervene. It was a conference centered on the means of action to take before, during, and after. The second conference was on the new les transformations familiales et adaptation, the Family Transformation and Adaptation. Then we came up with the new technique of reproduction and adoption. Then we came up with children and violence. Then children and poverty. We did one on La Semaine. It was La Semaine de coparentalité. It was done in French. It's the week of co-parenting. And it was done in collaboration with the Association of Mediators of Quebec. And the idea was to see what had transformed over the years, where we were at, what kind of support we had in different countries like Belgium, France, Luxembourg. Then preparing brief, creating research projects, such as the one we did at the Youth Tribunal or La Chambre de la Famille, to identify from what kind of background these kids came from. Were they from immigrants, violent parents, drug addicts, criminal? And needless to tell you, at the time, the 20% of the kids that were from broken homes represented the 61% of the kids that had problem with the law. But over the years, we decided it was nice and dandy to do research, presenting brief, and try to advance, make the society advance, so that we could better support our children and parents in distress. We decided to create a beautiful party for underprivileged kids, and that was an Easter party. That was decided with the director of a major hotel downtown Montreal. The objective was to recruit kids that had nothing at home and to make sure they would have a beautiful Easter day.
Good things. It's to give them hope in life, to show them that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
For at least one day, the kids get a chance to forget their often difficult lives by dancing, singing, playing games, engaging in crafts, and enjoying a good meal.
And I remember one time a journalist told me, "Don't you think that's bad for the kids what you're doing? They come from homes that have nothing, and now you're bringing them in fancy hotels, all the decoration, the animation, and then they're going back home in the way they were living before." And before I could even answer back, there was a school director next to me that answered back. Look, usually these kids are kids that have no hope. If you were to ask them what do they want to become in the future, contrary to other kids, they don't want to be a policeman or a fireman or whatever. They have no hope. And usually these kids in the schoolyard, within 5 minutes, they're already fighting verbally between each other. And they've been here for hours, and look how they're smiling. So obviously, this is really good. When we started, it was only for 110 kids. Today we're doing it for 350 kids in Montreal, 350 kids in Quebec. We do the same thing for Christmas. We do summer camps, snow festival. We do a lot of activities for kids, lots. And how are they recruit? We contact or communicate with the different school boards, and they will tell us the schools where there's a lot of kids that are underprivileged, and we write to the school director to please identify kids that are underprivileged. That's the criteria, the main criteria. Then we decided to we created a division of the OPCR where we would have evenings of information on parental alienation, grandparents, grandchildren, street gangs, problems of drugs, and many. And today we have, there's a new organization that got created because of the OPCR where we give direct services for people that are in distress. You can call us, we'll tell you what you can do with the law so you don't have to spend money. And you know that you will get exactly how things are. And we will often recommend more enriching avenues, such as if it's a question of grandparents, grandchildren, or separation or divorce, we will try to push people towards mediation or trying to reopen the dialogue between each other. How to do that, where to look for help if needed to.